Hey everybody, welcome to Larger Curves today. Make sure you smash that like button and smash the subscribe button on your way in. If you haven't already, go ahead and ring that bell so you can get notified next time I decide to hop on live, just like right now, because you know your girl Larger Curves will hop on in a hot minute, okay? When something hits me and I feel it needs to be shared, I come to the people. So here I am, people. Did you guys know that there has been quite the kerfuffle in country music lately because none other than Beyonce dropped another country music record or a song or what? She dropped two singles the other day. And then the world practically blew up because everybody forgot that black people invented country music and thought and decided to gatekeep country music away from Beyonce even being able to get played on country radio stations. Remember that little thing? Well, now a songwriter has come out. Her name is Tiffany Red. She's a famous songwriter. She's written many a hit for Beyonce. And the other day she came across my feed because she got a bee in her bonnet at the fact that as the person that writes a number of Beyonce's number one songs, she can hardly make a living, y'all. She can hardly make a living and does not get publishing rights and is not making that royalty money and all of this other stuff. In the video I saw initially, she mentioned Tony Braxton. She mentioned Tamar. No, she mentioned Tamar. She mentioned Beyonce and another singer. Well, now she went live again today, and I happened to catch it, and I decided to um, come over here and let you guys hear her thoughts on writing all of these songs for fellow black people, even, but not getting any credit or money, you guys. That's not okay. And with as much as Beyonce does for people, sending them flowers when they sing her song and stuff, you think that she would send the person that wrote the song she sang a check or two. I'm just wondering how this even happens in music. Maybe they need a strike in music, the way they just had a strike at the for the writers of Hollywood and movies and whatnot. I'm not even sure if they have a union, honestly, you guys. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now so that we can get to. Oh, look, Miss Kiki's here. Candor is here. Right on. Yes, babe, doing what she does best, right? Right? Look, pay the people. Don't send flowers to people who cover your song. Send checks to people who write your song. How about that? Okay? Let's hear what Tiffany has to say because I was like, lady, this is really going on, huh? Now you let me know if you can hear her okay.
On here real quick because I wanted to explain a little bit of the process about how songwriters make money from these songs that we write for these artists so that you guys can understand my intention behind this work that I'm doing right now. So I was talking about it earlier and I really like this description, so I'm just going to give y'all the description. So imagine this. Imagine you've been working for this company for a long time, right? And wait, hold on. I'm turning the comments off because they're distracting and I just want to talk to y'all real quick. So imagine you've been working at this job, right, for 10 years, 15 years, and then all of a sudden you were making, like, let's say your salary was $100,000. So you've been making $100,000. You've been getting raises every, year, whatever. And like, you can pay your mortgage. You can pay for your kids. You can buy your food. You can pay for your car. You can pay for your life off of your job. And then all of a sudden, something changes in the company. And now the salary for that same job drops from 100,000 to 30,000. And you're already living in, you know, a nice, neighborhood. You've got a mortgage already. You've got a car note. You've got kids. You've got all these things, and you've got a 15-year career where you only have experience professionally as a songwriter writing music, right? Because that's a career path, is writing songs. There was a time when songwriters used to make so much money from writing album cuts, because during the time when the format was CDs and tapes and radio, publishing was a way more lucrative uh, revenue stream. But because of streaming and the way that the payout structure is, that is decided on by the Copyright Royalty Board, by the way, which is the government. The government controls how much we make from streaming, just like they control how much the people make for minimum wage. It's the same kind of concept. So we don't have any control over how much money we make for our royalties, right? So it is a known fact that since streaming started, that songwriters' income has taken a nosedive. A nosedive. Publishing is the only stream of income we make off of the song. When an artist does a record deal, right? They negotiate in advance and like a budget for like the recording costs, marketing costs, all these things. And they negotiate points on the master for their record. So what does that come with? Money, royalties. So they get a performance royalty. They get their points. They get sound exchange money. They get tour money. They get merch money. They get sponsorship deals and advertisement deal money. They get all the money. The only piece of pie that songwriters have is publishing. One income stream, one source, one. That's why it's such a big deal when artists take publishing from songwriters, because it's the only thing they have, right? On top of the fact that the income has nosedived because of the way streaming pays now. So now we went from there being this big middle class and people being able to pay their bills, put the kids through school, take nice vacations and whatever, and enjoy the fruits of their labor. Because by the way, songwriters should be able to live a comfortable life as well. The whole we got the world dancing. You know what I'm saying? We write the songs that people get married to, people cry to, people have have joy and happiness to, sadness to. We write the soundtrack to people's lives. So yes, the artist is the vessel and the vehicle that brings the song to the world. We're the ones that create the song. Everybody matters to the process. There's no one person that's more important than the other in the process. Let's break it down like a car, for instance. So let's take, a Chevy, just throwing out a brand. So you've got a Chevy, I don't know what the different makes and models are, so I'm just going to say a blue Chevy, right? That Chevy has 4 wheels, has 2 windshield wipers, it has an engine, it has seats, it has all these different parts. And some of those parts might be outsourced, maybe manufactured by different companies, but the name brand is Chevy. Now, does that mean that the company that created the tires shouldn't get paid a livable wage because it's not their name that's the name brand on the name for the car? No. That's not how collaboration works. That's not how working together works. It just isn't. And like I said, there was a time when publishing was making more money, but now it's not, right? So now it's taking a nosedive and artists are still taking publishing. That's why me speaking about Beyonce taking publishing is such a big deal. Because like I've said in my previous videos, she is the biggest artist in the world. They call her the Michael Jackson of our generation. And I deeply, deeply believe that. And I want her to continue to be the Michael Jackson of our generation. All my homies work with her. I want them to continue to write and create records and thrive and make y'all dance and have fun and give y'all songs to get, make babies too. All of that. That's amazing. I want songwriters to make a living doing that the way we used to. If artists are going to be in the publishing, is it not fair for songwriters to get points? Like, there needs to be some like give and take, right? But there's like no give and take. It's only like, this is it. I take your publishing, that's it. No, you can't have any points. How dare you for even asking me? No, you can't have no points. No, you can't participate in the sound exchange royalties. No, I'm not going to give you credit as a background vocalist so you can get your SAG after your AFM SAG after money. What? There are an abundance of income streams from the song. An abundance. We are not asking too much by saying, yo, get out of my money. This is all I got. It's this little piece. And it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then the other part I want to talk about is the power dynamic, right? I think it is very easy from the outside looking in to be like, well, you signed the contract, which, by the way, I would like you to know, there are no contracts. If you tap into the work that I do, you would see we're advocating for a contract so that we can clearly identify these are the services I'm providing. This is how much money I'm charging, but they don't want to pay us. That's the problem. That's why I'm doing this. They put out records without splits being done, without people agreeing on things. They don't care about what it is that we're talking about. They don't. And the reason why I'm speaking and not songwriters who've written for her is because they can't, because they sign an NDA. And so they come to people like me because I'm an activist and an advocate, and this is what I do. This is what I do. I've been doing this for the last almost 4 years now. I did not just get here. This is not some happenstance all of a sudden, why are you coming for Beyonce? No, that's not what this is. And I also want you to know that, like, when I come to the internet, it is at the end of something. It is not at the beginning. I'm not messy like that. Also, this is not an attack. You guys have to learn how to perceive accountability way better, because accountability is not a negative thing. Accountability is an opportunity to grow. Accountability is an opportunity to evolve. That's it. And you can fight it, or you can welcome it and bloom and evolve. Evolution is the thing that's for sure that can't none of us outrun. This bitch is gonna keep going, whether we fight it or not. Because that's just God. That is just God. It's like so many people swimming against the current to try to be right when you know you're wrong. You know it's wrong to steal people's livelihood when it's all they got. You know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. And for the people who, like the Beehive, listen, I know that's y'all queen, and I respect it. I'm not up here being disrespectful to Beyonce at all. At all. But I'm also not about to not speak about something that is impacting so many people in my orbit. This is, like I said, this is not some happenstance, oh, I just decided to say this. No. I can't tell you how many people I know. And since all of this happened, so when everything started going viral yesterday, the writers and producers that I'm talking about in these videos, almost all of them hit me and said, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for speaking for me, because I can't speak for myself. And by the way, today I got a copy of a Beyonce Parkwood NDA. I'm not done reading it, but I got a copy of it. And I can say from reading it so far, I understand why they're not saying nothing. That joint is ironclad. Of course they're not saying nothing. Would you say something and blow your whole life up, blow up your career, blow up everything you got? It's not, it don't work like that. If that was the case, you would say something about your shitty boss. Not saying Beyonce's a shitty boss, but you would say something about your shitty boss or your shitty circumstances or your shitty circumstances. These are shitty circumstances. To not be paid for your work is a shitty circumstance. To have to do this, like, I've done 3 protests so far, and like I can't tell y'all how heartbreaking it is for me to have to stand outside of record labels in the street and advocate about this. It's heartbreaking. When I came in the music industry, people were thriving. People were making money. I seen it. I seen the houses. I've walked through them. I've ridden in the cars. Bought by music. Bought by songs. That whole thing of like one song could change your life is true. Or used to be. That shit is real. And it just disappeared. When I wrote Replay, that was when iTunes was a thing. So it went platinum sales. The first check for Replay was $80,000. My first publishing check was the first one. I mean, half of it went to my publisher, so 40,000 went to me, but the first check was 80 grand. That is not happening like that no more. That song made a couple hundred. It's not happening like that no more. Not unless the song goes to radio and shit. Even then, I don't know. I don't even know what that looked like anymore. But the odds of it going to radio is slim to none. And then that's a whole game as well. And that's also a dying format. But how is it right to have the same product, and because the format is different, the price of the product is different? What? These glasses are these glasses. Whether you go into the store and buy them, whether you buy them online, whether you pay for them in a payment plan, these glasses are these glasses. And the people who made them deserve to be paid for them. That's the bottom line. That's not wrong to say. That's not too much to ask. The reason why y'all are outraged that I have something to say is because it's polarizing when people speak truth to power. It's confusing. People are like, why is she not scared? I have all these people hitting me. I just hope everything is okay with you. I'm fine. I don't fear men. I don't fear people. I fear God. I fear staying the same. I fear what it feels like keeping all of this shit in. I can't tell y'all how much torture it has been carrying all of this around. For a 17-year career, I've been speaking out for 4 years. This shit almost killed me, literally. For real. For real. Suicidal ideations, for real. And when people say selling your soul, it's like a little bit at a time. This is it. Every single time you give somebody publishing that they didn't deserve, selling a little piece of yourself because you know you're not okay with it. And you know you can't afford it. But it's the game. It is what it is. This is how it is. This is how it's always been. That shit is so played. You know how many things were how they were that were changed? Could you imagine if somebody said that about your right to vote? Or fucking slavery? That was a law. It was how it was. And people fought to change it because it was fucking wrong. Just because things are a standard or a precedent and it's been like this forever, don't make it right. No matter who it is. No matter who it is. And every single time that you allow somebody to dim your light, every single time that you allow somebody to take from you, you feed the beast. You feed the machine that says this is okay when we all know it's not. Who is the easiest person to exploit? A marginalized person. Somebody who is vulnerable and doesn't have the resources or the support system to advocate for themselves and fight back the way all y'all are talking about we should be doing. Songwriters should just be tougher. These are the comments that I'm getting. Y'all just need to work harder. Very America. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but ain't got no boots. How that work? To act like there's not privilege and hierarchy, it just is like it's delusional. There's such a big power dynamic when it comes to an artist versus a songwriter. I just named all those income streams. You think they give a fuck about what's going on with us when they could take all of that music and go on a road? They could take that music and go make a music video and make a bunch of money off that shit. They could take that music and they could put it in, they could sync it and shit. They could be spawned. They could do all kind of stuff. We got one source of income. One. Stay on our money. Back the fuck up. I'm not wrong for saying that. You got a whole lot over there. You don't need no publishing. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Somebody like Beyonce specifically, you're rich as fuck. You are rich as fuck. And like the music industry has always been like this, right? Like they've always wanted to create this illusion that the artist is writing the song or it's not authentic or something like that. That's bullshit. That's just not true. There are so many phenomenal artists that don't write songs. There are, and that's fucking fine. That is fine. But to steal their credit and to steal their livelihood when it's the only thing they have is dirty fucking work. That shit is exploitation. That is abuse of power. That's just the truth. It's the truth. It is the truth. I have been trying to get artists, record companies, publishing companies, producers, everybody to get on the same page. Because the reality is all those people that I just named have all more leverage than the songwriter does in this process. The producer has more leverage because they're going to get points. They're going to get a fee. They're going to get participation in a sound exchange royalties. And so they have more of an incentive to sell the record. I've been through this. Me being like, no, I'm not giving away the publishing. And then the producer being upset with me because I'm messing up the play. But they're mad at me because they're about to get a bag that I'm not about to get. They're about to get points that I'm not about to get. They're about to get sound exchange royalties that I'm not about to get. I'm only getting publishing. So no, I'm not giving this artist my publishing. It's the only thing I have. So you got the producers. And listen, all producers are not like this. There are plenty of producers who want to see the songwriters get paid too, who pay them out of their cut. But honestly, if I was you, if you're a producer, I wouldn't be paying nobody out of my money. I wouldn't sell them records unless the label paid everybody. You get your money, we get our money. These are billion-dollar companies. And when you're working with an artist as big as Beyonce, you're not going to tell me she ain't got the budget. What? Come on. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. These are decisions. These are choices. This is fucking capitalism. Spend the least amount of money to make the product so that you can make the most money. That's what this is. Songwriters are suffering because of it. And I'm not fucking having it. I'm just not. So I pray, for real, that artists see this moment as an opportunity. I pray that Beyonce sees this moment as an opportunity. And I hope that she answers the call. I hope that her humanity shows up in this moment and she looks at her life and she looks at her family and she looks at her circumstances and she says, these people deserve this too. They earned it. They worked for it. We shouldn't have to beg to get paid. off the biggest artist in the world. And also, I just want to add the reason why I shared my stories, like my own personal stories, is because I wanted to show y'all how much this precedent is set, right? Like, I saw people saying, like, oh, that was, messed up. She brought in Zendaya. Wasn't she 16? Yeah, she was a kid. But this is like, as my good friend Drew would say, baked into the cake. This is the process, the expectation that the artist is just going to get publishing just because that she doesn't even need to be aware because the team is going to put that into motion. It's wrong, but it's baked in. It's part of the thing. With the Satin situation, I remember going back and I wasn't going back and forth. My manager was going back and forth with her manager. And I remember her manager being like, oh, is Tiffany being a problem? We already agreed with the producer that that Seven was going to get publishing, and writer credit off the top. And I'm like, how do you going to agree to give somebody? I was like, no, because I'm not making enough. I'm not going to make enough money. I will never forget that because at that point I was in a publishing deal. I was signed to Universal and the Underdogs, right? And I had what's called an MDRC in my deal, minimum delivery release commitment. So, there's all these terms on, or like all these different what's the word? Limitations on what counts towards your deal, right? One of the things that didn't count towards my deal was EPs. So when I worked with Seven, this was when she was signed to Atlantic. She was working on an album. I wouldn't have worked with her if she was working on the EP because EPs don't count towards my deal. So it would have been a dub for me. It's like so the way it works with the MDRC is, I don't know, I ain't even gonna get into it because it's complicated. But just know, I wrote the song by myself. I own 50%.
Thanks for coming through, Candor.
So if you have an MDRC and you're trying to move through it, having a song that you got 50% on is a big chunk into your MDRC if your MDRC is low. Mine was like 2 songs, I think. So that was a big chunk. So then I find out that it's an EP, and so now it's not going to count towards my deal, and they want publishing. I was like, no, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not getting paid for this upfront. I got 50% of the publishing that doesn't even count towards my deal. It's EP, so it doesn't count towards my deal. You just want me to keep taking L's? No. Oh, is Tiffany being difficult? Yes. Tiffany is being difficult. The fuck? What? Seven ended up having 10% of the song anyway. And I don't even know if she knows this story. Because this was her management that did this. But my point is like, this is your crew, right? So like your crew, they run your business. So you need to know what's going on with your business because these are the things that are going on and it's not okay. It's not okay. What? Why would the fact that artists who have record deals have the expectation, like that's literally it. It's like, I'm the artist, I have a deal, this is it. You should be grateful. No, that's not how that works. At least not for me. I don't operate like that. Fame don't pay the bills. It doesn't. Saying you have a song on Beyonce does not pay the bills. It gets you clout. Fine. Get you in the next room to not get paid. It might get you into a party to bump into an executive that'll get you on another project to not get paid. And maybe you get to be the 1% who does get paid. There's very, very, very small amount of people who get paid. And those are the people at the top of the food chain who have all the politics in their favor. My light died. Hold on. They have all the politics in their favor. Like it's not a fair game. There's a lot of leverage. It's very lopsided. So Well, I'm gonna go because my light died, and I've been on here for a minute, and I feel like I said what I wanted to say. And oh, boom, there goes the light. I said what I wanted to say for the most part, and I hope that y'all understand a bit more about the process of how songwriters make money and why I'm speaking up about this and why more songwriters should speak up about this and why you as the consumer should care about this, because people like me and the homies are writing y'all favorite songs. So my homies that are in my DMs right now saying thank you to me for speaking up about this wrote one of your favorite songs off that damn project. They did. They did. And they deserve to eat. They deserve to thrive. All these people that are about working on Act 2 or already worked on Act 2, they deserve to eat. They deserve to thrive. That's it. That's it. That's all. Hold on, let me look at some of the... Hold on. I'm looking at some of your questions. Outside of Beyonce, should other big artists be called out? I wanna say to that specifically, the reason why I'm calling out Beyonce is because that's who all of these writers are coming to me about. This is not some like attack. I've been talking about this shit, and if you tap into the work that I do, I've been talking about this shit for a long time. And so, yes, I think every artist that does this should be called out. And when I start finding out more, when I get the receipts, because I got the receipts on this. When I get the receipts, oh, don't you worry. More artists is coming to y'all. It's not just me. And also, I called out Zendaya. I called out Tamar. I called out Seven. And see, here's y'all problem, right? Y'all are looking for me to call out a bunch of artists as big as Beyonce. All of them do it. All of them. All of them. Are you scared of not working after this? No, I quit songwriting in 2020. I don't give a fuck about writing for no damn artists. They don't pay no money. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't care. I've done it already. I've written songs for 17 years, and I still write songs. Look, it's a studio right there. Make records as much as I want. Release music as much as I want. And honestly, this don't stop people from hitting me, asking me for records. People have asked me for records since I quit. So, no, I'm not worried about that. I know my worth. I know my value. And I don't let any of these people determine my worth or value. So if that means that they don't want to work with me because I won't allow them to fuck me over, so be it. Why would you want to work with somebody that wants to fuck you over? What? I don't want to work with those people. So good, they don't want to work with me. Bye. Let's see. Linda Perry been saying this. You are right. I just want to say you are very brave, and I pray you help make the change that is needed. I pray that I help make the change too. Are you annoyed by people only hearing Beyonce's name because that's eating me up and I'm not you? What do you mean, hearing Beyonce's name? I think for me, it's frustrating that people only care about the like massive A-list celebrity. You know, there are plenty of artists that do this, but the reason why everybody is shocked in their, viral moment is because I'm talking about Beyonce, and it's like, you should care about everybody. You should care. You're human. We're people. We're fucking people. Celebrities are people. Beyonce is a person. The people that work with her are people. They got a mom and a dad and a brother and a sister. Maybe, I don't know. I'm making shit up. But they have a family. They have a life. They have a world. Beyond all this music shit. Beyond all of this shit that y'all see on the internet. Beyond all of that. And you know what pays for that shit? Your J-O-B. Okay? Yeah. The same way you want to pay your rent on the first of every month, we want to pay our rent on the first of every month too. Period. That just is. That just is. And I think that we can all agree on that. I'm proud of you. Thank you. I admire your courage to expose the lowballing that songwriters Writing your favorite songs. God gonna bless you for this too. You're gonna prosper into something great soon. Thank you. All right, y'all. Wait. Are songwriters like Nisha getting paid? I don't know if Nisha's getting paid. I hope Nisha's getting paid though, because Nisha's doing a lot of work. She deserves to be getting paid. So since you don't right now, what do you do for income? So I run a nonprofit called the 100 Percenters, and I still get royalties from my songs, believe it or not, because I did write some songs that did make some money. I actually still make decent money off of my vocals on replay, believe it or not. And yeah, I don't know, I'm a hustler. I make money. I make money doing all kind of shit. But I don't just rely on music. I make content. I do deals for content. I do all kind of stuff. But I'm not a one-trick pony anymore because it don't work like that anymore. And yeah, so. But my main focus is running my nonprofit, the 100 Percenters, and I put everything I have into that. And yeah, I want to see the industry change. Cause shit, if we could change it, I'd probably write a song again. I'm just not writing because it don't make no money. My comments are off because I don't want the commentary. I don't want the commentary while I'm talking. It's distracting. So yeah, that's why my comments are off. And my comments are off on my Instagram because I don't tolerate hate speech. There's been a few things that I've spoken out about. I turned my comments off last time after speaking out about this guy named Brandon Silverstein, and there was so much anti-Semitism in my comments, and I ain't playing that shit, so I turned them shits off. And they've been off since then because a lot of y'all don't know how to act. And my comments being off is a boundary for me. This work is hard work, and I don't ingest all that everybody has to say. Because to be honest with you, I know what I'm talking about. And so the commentary is not what I'm here for. I'm here to deliver the message and to hopefully educate you and show and explain this work and what it is that I'm doing that's front facing so that you can understand. But as far as what people have to say, the commentary about my decisions or about the advocacy or about anything that I'm doing, I tune it out literally because it's noise and I don't have time for noise right now. I'm trying to get people paid. You feel me? All right, y'all. It's been real. Much love. I appreciate y'all. I hope that this live gave you some more insight and understanding. And yeah. All right. Bye.
Okay, you guys. So that was Tiffany Red, songwriter. She went viral the other day because after everything went about Texas Holdum specifically, and how all the fans of Beyonce were the Beehive got at that record station and made them have to play the song and all of that stuff. Hey, Shay. Yeah, after all of that stuff, and Amy, sorry, you guys. Hi, Shay. Hi, Amy. I already said hi to Candor. Thanks for coming through, everybody, and everybody else who's in the bushes. So, yeah, she is really, really trying to bring awareness to this. So, after everything happened with that whole kerfuffle about B not being able to get played because, you know, somehow people forgot Black people invented country music. And they were like, oh, she's pissing. She's a dog pissing and marking her territory. That's what that damn Dukes of Hazzard guy said. I mean, the people are losing their minds. But this songwriter, Tiffany Red, brought up in this video I'm about to play right here, this is how it all started.
You know, there's so many people that are saying, these songwriters don't have to work with Beyonce if they don't want to, no one.
Is that music through the whole thing? Because I don't own the rights to this music.
To walk away from your opportunities is a privilege that everyone doesn't have.
Well,
The
this
high
might just
power
not be
manager
monetized.
or the high power lawyer to negotiate these fire ass deals, right? So when you go in there, you're by yourself and you're negotiating with somebody like Beyonce and Beyonce's team, negotiating and being like, no, I don't want you to take 25% of the publishing because you didn't write on this song.
Oh, that is the instrumental to Texas Hold'em. I'm definitely not getting paid on this video.
Analyzed people don't have the resources to.
Yeah. Let's just read her words. Favorable deals, or to walk away and say no and possibly burn a bridge, or to get ostracized and lose other opportunities, all from speaking out. Yeah, don't get strikes, Curves. Yeah. Ugh. I hope it wasn't enough to get a strike. But yeah. Hey, Mademoiselle. So this is Tiffany Red. Let's see if she's still playing it.
Artist.
So yeah, she did this video. We can't play that one though. Let's see if she has another. Is this it?
From running to Target. And when I was in the car,
she's always playing this damn music. The other one, the very first one that I saw, did not have any music. Maybe it's this one.
Hundreds of $1,000s a night. The smallest part of your income is publishing. Meanwhile, here's a writer who's making money only from publishing. Why are you taking from them?
You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't be making nothing because people are paying to work. Like,
So as a songwriter, do you just wait for your publishing to get paid, or do you have a fee to even walk into a studio?
Songwriters are traditionally not paid, so I get paid the least of everyone. The engineer gets paid every session. The studio gets paid.
The producer
get a fee. The manager gets commission. I only get paid if it is successful.
breaking you down to where you.
Thanks, princess.
Just like they want you to stay in this place so that you're malleable. They could get you to come and do whatever they need you to do, not pay you, not feed you.
Yeah, I mean, I believe you. I just really thought writers got treated better just because they're the ones creating those hits.
So it's a thing, you guys. These songwriters, the songs we love, the songs we get married to, make babies to, bury people to, get inspiration from, dig ourselves out of depression with, burn calories through, dance to. The people that write this stuff are not getting paid. That's maddening, you guys. That's crazy. Here's the post that started, part of the post that started it all. She literally you can't see it, but she calls out Beyonce. She ats Beyonce on all of these things, you guys, Tiffany Red. So she said, my hope is that Act 2, Beyonce will pay songwriters, hashtag pay songwriters, a songwriter fee, and master points, and not take publishing or songwriting credit on any songs she did not write. So are you telling me that Beyonce does to songwriters what J-Lo does to singers? Anybody catch that? So J-Lo notoriously sings duets because that's not her voice, y'all. And then she gets all the credit like she's really singing that part that Ashanti sung. You know what I'm saying? And Ashanti don't get the credit that that J-Lo got for singing the song. So now on the back end of that, we have people writing the songs, and then people like Beyonce, Tamar, Zendaya, Seven, all the rest are taking publishing rights from the songs like they were the ones that wrote the songs, you guys. That's horrible. So she added Beyonce in this. And then it says, at Beyonce, you have all the opportunity to change the game for songwriters, the way you've changed the game in everything else you do. I pray you'll answer this call. So many writers dream of the opportunity to work with you and play art in your incredible music journey. They deserve to make a livable wage and feed their families from the music they create for you too. Hashtag pay songwriters, you guys. That is not fair. What'd you say? Yeah, they need a writer's strike. I love J-Lo, but it's so true. She needs to give credit where credit is due and not get mad. And then did you know she be wanting apologies from people who point that shit out? The lady that just hosted SNL the week J-Lo was on, she mentioned that whole duet thing, and J-Lo can't really sing anyway. And they made her apologize. I would have said it was a joke and not apologized. What the literal F? Yes, look, we didn't get no TV during the pandemic, and we had our panties in a bunch. We were craving content, right? Can you imagine if all the songwriters went on strike too? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is very maddening. They should get paid. Yes, it's not okay. It's not okay. I appreciate this information, House. Yeah, hopefully they'll just ask me, can I mute that section? And that's kind of why I try not to say anything while it's saying, because if they want me to just mute that section, then I didn't have to mute my butt too. But yeah, what are you saying right here? Beyonce will change 2 words to a. No way! That is shady business. And people are calling stations for her stuff to get played. And she changing the words to keep people from getting paid while she's getting played, you guys. That's not okay. It has been bad for girls straight. Yes, that's why her comments are off. Hi, I'm on the Beehive, but I do like a few. Yeah, I'm not part of the Beehive either. I'm a human. I'm not an insect. Thank you very much. Yeah, even though bees are magnificent, I was a Mary Kay girl, and you know that if you're Mary Kay, the symbol is a bee because bees' wings should not be able to carry their fat little bodies, especially when they load up their knees with honey. The wings on a bee are the scientists have been trying to figure out how is this even possible? You're tiny. The wings on a bee are smaller than the wings for a fly's body, and he doesn't even have to carry extra weight. So it's amazing what bees can do. But I'm a human with bee willpower. She's a good singer, but she's not a writer at all. Yeah, yeah. I like the songs that she was a Destiny's Child, but her music doesn't sound good to me. Yeah, and there's only so many I could take in a song. Like I'm old school. Like people didn't do that the entire song. When Luther Vandross did when Luther did that, he didn't do that shit the whole song. He did it once a song, and you were looking forward to it, and then it was done. Johnny Gill, he would sing a song. He said, my, my. He wasn't trying to do the my. The whole song wasn't my. It was just 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I have old ears, you guys. I come from the MTV, and it all started. It was everything. And I guess those songs that we watched during MTV, those people got paid, you guys. Those people got paid. So here's Tiffany, music voice class of 2023, Tiffany Red. So yeah, so that's her. I wanted to bring this to my curvies because, like I said, I caught it the other day. Is it this one? Is she always playing damn Texas Hold'em? Okay, here it is. Yeah, this is the original. Let's get it. Okay, wait. She's going to turn that down, I think, because yeah, Luther was the ish. Remember? If you think it was worse then, I don't think so. I like the timing that Luther did it was spot on to me. I feel like Bey is like literally just trying to show off.
Yesterday,
turn it off.
I posted
there it goes.
Some commentary on the conversation around Beyonce and album of the year. And so I just want to clear some things up real quick. So my name is Tiffany Red. I am a songwriter, a Grammy-winning songwriter. I have been writing songs for 17 years. I've been in the music industry my entire adult life. I'm the founder of the 100%ers. I run a nonprofit, and all I do is advocate for the compensation of songwriters. Why? Because I was a songwriter and I walked away from the music business because of the things that I speak about. So I have extensive experience. Almost all of my friends are in the music industry and write for your favorite artists like a Beyonce. So I'm not up on the internet just talking shit and like, making things up. I'm not stupid. I ain't trying to get sued. That's called defamation. I'm not defaming anybody. I am coming to y'all with things that I can back up. I don't never get on this platform and talk about shit I don't know. I be having, you see this thing? I am organized, honey. Okay? Y'all might not think that because you watch me on the internet and you don't know me like that for real. You only know the front-facing Tiffany Red. But, like, I got a brain. Okay. Secondly, almost every artist that I have ever written for has gotten publishing on the record. Almost every record that I have done, I have written when the artist was not in the room. I'll go through my own songs. Replay. Zendaya got 10% of the publishing, I think. She did not write on the song. She didn't. That song was written at a Rihanna song camp. It was on hold for Rihanna. Then it was on hold for Rita Ora. Famous came to me and said, yo, Tiff, there's this artist named Zendaya. We should cut Replay on her. So Zendaya got publishing and writer credit. She did not write on Replay. King by Tamar Braxton. I wrote and produced that song. I wrote that song for myself as an artist. In my living room. Tamar got, I don't know what she ended up getting. I think I own like 85% of that song. But I should own all of it because I did all of it. She didn't write shit. Seven Streeter, who's a songwriter. This one really hurt my heart. Seven Streeter, Just Being Honest. Me and Mansour did that song. It was originally called Bitch. I wrote that song by myself. I'm not even really a big co-writer like that. I prefer writing songs by myself because I don't know. I just prefer to write like that. So I have a lot of records that I have placed that either have one co-writer on or that I've written solo dolo, right? Seven ended up with 10% of that record. I fought like hell for her to not have any of the publishing because she didn't write anything on it. Publishing is my only source of income. And by the way, none of the artists that I've mentioned have a career anything close to in music Beyonce. None of them do. But the reason why I'm bringing up my experience with every artist or almost every artist that I've worked with that has taken publishing that they did not earn on the songs that I wrote for them is because there is a precedent that's set. The reason why I called out Beyonce is because Beyonce is the Michael Jackson of our generation. And so if there's anybody that could reshape the precedent, if there's anybody that could influence the industry, that had the power and the money and the cultural thing to say, you know what, y'all, you're right. These songwriters have been out here. We've been in the street, literally. I have been in the street in front of Spotify. I've been in front of Universal. I have sat and I have talked to all y'all publishers. I've talked to y'all publishers. I talked to the DSPs. I talked to the copyright royalty, the U.S. Copyright Office. I talked to NMPA. I talked to RIAA. I talked to SONA. I talked to NSAI. I talked to all of them. And guess what? Y'all are still broke. Okay? That's the fucking truth, right? Okay? So the people that are like, oh, this is not true. I had somebody call it propaganda yesterday. It's not fucking propaganda. The reality is there is no A-list artist, B-list artist, or C-list artist that's not taking publishing. Because that is the way the music industry works. And to deny that is delusional. And what I will not allow is for anybody to make me feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone, because I know I'm not in the Twilight Zone. I can pull up my records. I talked to somebody yesterday. Somebody's a manager of somebody who is a writer and producer on Renaissance. Okay? The record is one of y'all faves. The song was written 6 years before it got to Beyonce. She got 25% of the song. I've talked to another writer who wrote and sang on one of your favorite songs. Credit not right, all kind of shit fucked up. His business still isn't handled. Beyonce was on tour last year with that record, with that person's vocals, all that. I'm not crazy. And here's the thing. The reason why people who work for Beyonce don't talk is because they're all on NDAs. Because that's also how she works. She silences people so that nobody can speak. I'm not a writer that's written for Beyonce. I haven't shot my shot at Beyonce because I'm not willing to give her any publishing. Not because I haven't had the opportunity. I've had the opportunity to work with everybody. And I've turned down a lot of stuff because I'm not willing to play these games. There's a massive power dynamic happening. Please don't act like it's easy to negotiate with Beyonce and her team, because it is not. If that was the case, there would not be so many people coming to me like, Tiff, this is how much was taken. Shit is not negotiable. It's not. These are the terms, which means, okay, cool, then we work for you, Beyonce. So that means you're an employer. But either way, to imply that the artists do not have to be responsible for the business practices that they exercise with songwriters, to insinuate that the only way you are treated fairly is if you are managed by one of the gatekeepers is bullshit. It's bullshit. You shouldn't have to be in company with a gatekeeper to be treated fairly. You should not have to have a gatekeeper on your team to make a livable wage off of music that is making people billionaires.
Billion.
Them Grammys don't pay the bills. Those plaques do not pay the bills. There are people with Grammys and plaques who can't pay their rent. I know people who are super accredited, broke. It means nothing. Trust me, I know. I remember having a conversation with a writer who wrote on, what was the record Beyonce did after or before Renaissance? I can't remember whatever the record was. I remember talking to one of the writers and talking to them about how much of the publishing she was taking. And this writer was like, look, Tiff, I don't want no smoke with me. Like, I just let her take the publishing. That's bullshit. All of these writers that you guys see celebrating in the studio with these artists posted up in pictures like, yeah, everything is all good. Those writers are being exploited. Those writers' time is not paid for. Their services are not paid for. Their contribution to the sound recording is not paid for. Their first use of the copyright is not paid for. Their fucking parking is not paid for. Their fucking lunch is not paid for. That's the truth. The truth is that we work in an industry that proclaims it makes billions of dollars but can't even buy you fucking lunch. But I'm tripping. But I'm tripping. No, they're tripping. And you're tripping if you with them. There's people that are like, then nobody had no gun in your head. The gun to your head is the power dynamic. Think critically, y'all. The gun to your head is the power dynamic. The gun to your head is your livelihood. The gun to your head is being excluded and ostracized and retaliated against for even trying. That's the gun to your head. They don't need to put a gun to your head anymore because they control everything. That's the gun. You being silenced, that's the gun. And you know, the thing that burns me up the most about Beyonce, and this is why I'm speaking about her specifically, is because Beyonce is Queen Bee. Beyonce is a black artist. Beyonce represents black excellence. Beyonce's team, like the people who work with her, these writers that I'm talking about that are exploited, they're us. You know what? It's so funny because when I think about my own career and all the people that have fucked me over, it's been my own people. Because those are the opportunities I had to work with my people. And this business is a racist business. So if you're black, you're usually put in R&B and hip hop with artists that are black, creatives that are black, executives that are black. And you know what your people do to you? The same thing that white people do to you. And we pedestal them like goals. That is not fucking goals. Capitalism is not goals. That shit is not cute. Capitalism is rooted in chattel slavery. That's the foundation of capitalism. To be a billionaire, you have to exploit labor. That is not the shit. It's fucking disgusting, is what it is. My comments about Beyonce not winning Album of the Year and me saying, you know what, maybe karmically it's not coming to you because of the way that you're doing creatives, I meant that with everything in me. I hear the racial discussion and all the things, and I think that that has its place. But this has its place too. It does. And they all can exist. Beyonce could absolutely reform her business practices. Beyonce could absolutely reform Parkwood's business practices. It's a decision. It's a fucking choice. It's a choice to take 25% of publishing that you didn't earn. That's wage theft. That's what that is. That's bullying. That's abuse of power. That is the power dynamic. That's the gun. People out here think they're going to lose their opportunities, lose their jobs, lose their relationships, lose everything trying to negotiate. And y'all fucking know that shit. And to act like that's not the case is so, like, for me, like, that's the shit that gets me riled up. Like, people are always like, oh my God, why are you not scared? Because I'm fucking mad. What you're not going to do is try to make me feel crazy, because I know I'm not crazy. I'm a songwriter. I have lived this. My friends around me live this still. I hate it for them. There are artists that are A-list artists that can lead the charge here too. I'm not saying wait on Beyonce. I'm not. But I am going to say what I need to say about it, because for the last almost 4 years now, I have had so many writers come to me about her specifically. And I also want y'all to know that, like, I'm not the kind of person that comes to the internet first. I come to the internet last. I come to the internet at the end, when I tried everything else I could try. So trust and believe, on the back end, I've been doing a lot when it comes to this conversation and who I'm having conversations with and how and all the things. So I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. And nothing has gotten done. People splits still aren't done. People still aren't getting paid. People still aren't being seen. People still aren't being heard. People are still being silenced. People are still under NDAs and some more shit. While Jay-Z's up there on Sunday talking about why it's not fair Beyonce don't got a Grammy for Album of the Year. So hell yeah, I have something to say. Because it's hypocrisy. Also, not for nothing, Taylor Swift is a songwriter. She writes her albums. Yeah. That's all I had to say about that. I'm going to go back to my day. I wanted to have this quick vent so that y'all can hear me out. And so that the people out there can hear me out who are, who have the commentary going on right now, because I'm definitely getting the messages. I'm definitely getting the, did you see that? I'm definitely seeing the, let me set the record straight. Put the splits on the table. Set the record straight. Pull the email chain. Set the record straight. I like facts. I showed y'all my thing. I like facts. Show me the splits. I can show y'all my splits, and I can show y'all the artists that are on my splits that got publishing that they didn't earn. Yeah, I didn't think so. Y'all have a lovely day.
So that was the video that started it all, you guys. This is Tiffany Red. Her IG handle is I'm Tiffany Red. And 2 weeks ago, February 6th, she posted this video because Jay-Z did get his dreadlocks up there and say that she should have won the record for the Grammy of the year. And look, Tiffany has a point. She didn't even write her freaking record you wanted her to win for. At least Taylor writes 14 songs a day. And I'm not Taylor or Beyonce fan. But look, there got to be more singers in the world than just those two. I'm pretty sure. So this is the video that started all. She said, let's talk Beyonce and the power dynamics. Hashtag pay songwriters. And then B.A. Morgan. If you guys ever see this B_A_ Morgan, he's the guy that wrote the songs for SWV. And he's saying that I love the facts of it all, but they all still act like they don't hear you though. So he's a songwriter too. Yeah. And I guess maybe all these videos might be her talking about it.
So Beyonce is arguing.
Yeah. So this was happening on the actual 5th.
But she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
So let me get this straight. Jay-Z expects Beyonce to win Album of the Year when all the songwriters that contributed to these albums are not compensated, and she takes.
Yeah. So that was what I came on here to show you guys. It's coming up on a good hour. I hope you guys found that insightful. Did you guys even know this was happening? I've known about it since the day after the Grammy. I saw that initial video, but I did not know there was a continuation. I didn't know she was an activist. Yeah, no, I saw what Tom Sandoval said. I saw Tom Sandoval said that thing that Scandoval was on par with O.J. Simpson and George Floyd. I went to his comments and I added Tom Sandoval and told him it's time for him to STFU. And yeah, and that he needs to retract that statement and apologize to George Floyd's family specifically. Because how dare you invoke a murdered Black man because you got your wick wet. That's what I told him in his thing. How dare you? I'm about to not watch Vanderpump Rules if he keep talking, y'all. Yes, he's so dumb. So dumb. How dare you invoke George Floyd because you decided to go stick your peen in that girl? How is it the same? That's a murdered Black man. Please. Anyway, I gotta go, y'all. I will talk to you guys in a minute. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, ring my bell so you can get notified when I upload another video or when I come live, because you never know when Tiffany might say something else we need to hear, because she was speaking facts. And how dare a person like Beyonce have her husband get up on a stage and say she should get some more shit when she not giving the shit to the people that make her shit. She thinks she's the shit, she's a fart. That's what I have to say, allegedly. I don't want no problems from the Beehive. That's an opinion. That was a jokey joke. She thinks she's the shit, she's a fart. Because she look, you're shitting on songwriters, therefore you're a fart. Okay? I don't know. I don't want no problems. I don't want no problem. Jay-Z is a greedy ass. Yeah. And how he was, remember when the whole Colin Kaepernick thing happened? Jay-Z did not stand in solidarity with the movement. He was telling people, you need to get up off your knee and come play. Shut up and make me some money. Yes, they have problems. No soul. That's the problem. That's a huge problem. In the meantime, you guys be sure to keep your soul. Be love, see love, smell love, taste love, expect love, project love, receive love. Remember, there's enough to go around in this world, so you get after yours, okay? Get some, people. Get some. It's yours for the taking, okay? I'll see you all in the next video.